Welcome back to an exciting new challenge. And what it is, before we get into this video, please like, share, subscribe, or whatever it is that you need to do that you didn't do, because we are also beyond our giveaways. You guys already know that we have a team up with Mano, and we're giving away 3 different microphones on the 15th of this month. Okay, so 04/15, I should hopefully get the response, where the information will be all in by end of day, and within a few days I should have the winners. Well, Be Quiet. We're no stranger to Be Quiet here on this channel. They're one of my beloved products. We have the Be Quiet test bench. I'm building in the new 802. That's right. So this case is not even out yet for the public. We are working on it. We're trying to build my new custom system, and that is where the custom water loop's going. And I want to talk about the fans that are going in it today. But before we do that, Be Quiet has sent the Dark Rock Pro 4 for giveaway, which we're going to be doing on a live stream when we get a little nearer to the 3,000 subscriber mark. So this is about $130, $140, I think, $129, somewhere around there Canadian, cooler that is in my editing machine, keeping my machine in the low 40-degree temp area, even while compressing my videos. This cooler is by far one of the best air coolers I've ever had the opportunity to use, and I want to give back, and Be Quiet has generously sent it for me to give to one of you lucky people. So guys, please like, share, subscribe, and remember to follow, because you're going to want to know when that live stream's happening. You might be one of the lucky ones to get this cooler. Now, before I start, this is not a sponsored video in any which way or form. It is me looking for some high flow fans. Now, the Matrix 240 and the Matrix 360 have arrived. Boxes are empty because they are here. They're already installed. I wanted to have them installed so that way I know how I'm going to do this video, where I want to see and let you see as the viewer what you get when you take one of these out of the box, and what you're going to expect, and then what kind of airflow is coming through this radiator. So I have this one as a pull-in, pulling air through my radiator through the front into the system. Good idea? We're going to find out. The 360 is pulling air from the system up through the radiator, exhausting the heat through the top. So what I want to do first, we're going to find out what are they like, light modes. Okay, so every fan kit comes with this cable. You have your SATA power. I think this is a reset button replacement, where you can change things off the reset button. Not 100% there. And then you have your controller here with your different modes already on this here. So you don't have to plug it into your board, but you can. And then there's the digital Argb header right here that plugs into your daisy chains. You can daisy chain these, so I don't need to use 2 of these. I can use 1, and it'll control both perfectly fine. And if I want, I can actually plug in other fans to run in sync with this setup. So guys, let's get to it. Let's find out, do these work well? Because if not, man, are they going back? Because I would be very upset. I can't really tell you how they're going to cool right now, but I will know pretty much by the airflow, as I've tested many water cool radiators, whether it be AIOs or custom. I've seen a lot, and I'll know by air movement coming through the radiator whether I have pretty much a winner or a loser. Now, in this system, I won't get into it too hard, but there's 3 radiators. 3. This is going to be a very interesting and very hard build, but I'm working on it. And in order for me to move forward, we got to get this review done. So now that we have it lit up, we have them running, I have to put my fan back. There's air coming through already, and we are not forcing any power through these fans yet. And there's good cold air coming through the top. Really decent. So that's a good indication, because these are supposed to have a static pressure of over 2. So I'm going to say 2.1, 2.3, somewhere around there. That's actually pretty impressive when you actually go around shopping for fans. This one here is about $55 Canadian, and I think it's about $63 Canadian for the 360. So well priced for a product that doesn't need only 4 rad screws on both, so there's no center screws. I'll get to that in a little bit. what we're going to do now, of course, we're going to play around with the light mode. So the first button here will do, oh, there we go. Now I'm matching the Be Quiet test bench. And there's different things that this one button is going to do for this product. I think there's even speeds. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, all kinds of different speeds going on. Woo! It's really moving, and then slows down. So there's quite a few speed modes here, which is very impressive. Of course, now you have your different color things going on to kind of get where you want, and little coolness. Like, look at this. And not only that, the lighting's on the sides too, so you're getting that overall neat view that you weren't getting before with a normal fan. I'm just trying to see if there's a mode here I can fall in love with. Let's see what, so we know the center button speed, but what does this button do? So this button's pretty much going to change our color modes, and it looks like tints of the colors as well. I just want to try and play around with so there's a bunch of different ones going on. So it just gives you an idea of some lighting, which is actually really nice. I mean, the Argb looks pretty impressive. If I'm correct, there's about, I'm not sure if it's 58 LEDs in this or not. There's quite a few LEDs in this. That's something I would have to look up. I can put a little note there if I'm wrong, and then we'll figure that out from there. But well packed, well nice. What I want to find out now is if I wasted my money, because for just over about $130 Canadian, am I going to cool my system down? And that is very important, because that is why I bought it. So one thing I want to get into before I start, that is the sag. In the center of the 360, it does bow a little. It's kind of expected. Now, what Asiahorse could have done, and if they do watch this video, they could have put maybe a staggered screw system in the center where at least screwed into 2 of the 4 holes, one on each side, kind of diagonal, and that would have been completely eliminated. Now, what I want to find out is, does it affect my airflow? Because that means air is coming out the side, which I do feel right now. There is still a lot of air coming up through the front here, and we haven't even pushed the fans yet. So it may not be a factor, but it does kind of bother me, because I'm sure that if we did put that up there like that, well, didn't really feel much different. So let's try and push the fans. Wow. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to compare them to the Be Quiet fans as well, because if anybody doesn't know by now, the Be Quiet fans are probably some of the best fans you can ever put on a radiator with the right fan. And Be Quiet move a lot of air at a slower RPM and a lot less noise. Right now you're hearing these things. These things do have some bite as far as noise go, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. Remember, nothing's put together yet, it's wide open. Okay, I have to say that I am really impressed here. There is a lot of cold air flying through these rads. Now, their air should be cold at this point, but I didn't need this much airflow with the 3 rads, and I'll explain why. Not only do I have a cooling pump going through the loop like anybody would with a closed or a custom loop, I have three radiators, 2 fans on this one, as you can see here in the block, and then there's 3 on the 360, and then I have a Cooler Master high flow air or Argb down on the bottom, which is not active right now because we're not talking about that one. We're talking about these Asiahorses. And I gotta say, holy cow, that's a lot of air. That is a lot of air. I guess the true test is going to come down to when I put the whole front and everything on, how will they perform? Right now, they're performing probably at best that I've ever used, as far as, yeah, they're moving more air than to Be Quiet right now. Keep in mind, they are also louder, but not a lot. They're doing very well. And how can you not like this design? It just looks absolutely gorgeous. It's going to give your system a show that you never had before. Remember a couple things here. This case, being the 802, is not out yet. You've probably seen reviews. There's reviews out there. That's why I'm doing this differently. I'm going to show you this case done as a personal choice. and that is building it as if it was my own, because it is. So instead of putting the dampered front sound panel on, because this case comes with options, I'm going to be putting the high flow mesh front on. That's right. So Be Quiet has listened. Their ears are open. The 700, in my opinion, had a bit of a airflow problem. It was pretty good, but I wished it was better, and they answered that with the 802. So guys, I am very impressed with this. I'm very impressed with the airflow. The airflow is feeling really good. I feel air a good foot away, no issues whatsoever. I'm still feeling air. So I mean, they're moving air. Now it's a question of what's going to happen under load. As we build the systems, we'll find that out. I guess I got about 45 days to do that, because then I lose my return window. But from what I'm feeling, I don't think I'm going to go wrong. I'm going to, you know, when I do an actual Amazon review, I'm going to review the 360 as a 4-star, and it's not because it sucks. It's just because of the bow that's in the frame, because they should have put 2 screws there. Other than that, it's moving a lot of air. The air bleed is still somewhat normal, so I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's not perfect. The 240 will definitely get a 5-star rating, for the simple reason there is really hardly any air leak whatsoever. A little bit around here, but there's no bow to it, and that makes it, I mean, you're not going to get a perfect fan system that doesn't have air bleed. That is not going to happen. You're going to have some sort of static pressure push. It's got to happen. In fact, it might be because of these fans here that I'm feeling that. No, it's a little bit here. So anyway, that is the review of the Asiahorse Matrix 240 and Matrix 360. And moving forward, I get to start getting more of my water build done and introduce. Maybe you guys should come up with a name for this. You guys want to try that? Comment below if you want to try and name this. Shoot some names out. What should we call this PC? I'd also like to thank Be Quiet for sending the Dark Rock Pro 4 as a giveaway. As I near my 3,000 subscriber mark, Be Quiet has been a great help since I was about 200 subscribers. They've been behind me, and I got to appreciate that huge. I didn't even know how good these products were until I started using them myself. I would not tell you they're good if they were not. That I can promise you. I am using this cooler again on my editing computer. It's the only non-water-cooled computer in my office, and the reason for that is I'm in the 40-degree temperature, between 40 and 50, usually low 40s, even while rendering. I cannot be upset with that with this cooler, so I'm very impressed with it, and hopefully one lucky person is going to get to keep this. So please, make sure you're subscribed and you bell and ring the notifications, whatever, so that you will know when the live stream happens that this is going to be given away on. There's also going to be a few other things, and keep in mind, you only have till this month, 04/15/21, to go to the links. If you, I'll have a link below for it. There is, or I'll link the video actually, so you can go to the video, and in that video there's links. Keep that in mind. In that video there's links down below. That Mano is giving away 3 different microphones with me. 3 different microphones. You have to go to the website that they created for my giveaway, register, so that I can get that information and find out who the winner is after the 15th. So guys, thank you for watching. Game over.